What is the Pentagon's reaction to 2 Jordanian nationals caught breaking and entering a U.S. Marine Corps base in Quantico?
So I am aware of those reports. I just don't have more information for you.
So going to be really mindful. These 2 Jordanians that you're speaking of remain in ICE custody, and given that it is an active law enforcement matter, so I would have to refer you to ICE. I just can't dive into this.
Wait a second. This is classic stonewalling. ICE answers. Last time I checked, I kind of know the chain of command. Answers to the president. Were these Jordanian men here in the United States illegally or not, KJP? It's been 5 days now since we learned about the disturbing incident, but still nothing from the White House? Joining me now, Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin. Governor, you sent a letter to President Biden demanding answers, saying, quote, the federal government's silence on the immigration status of the individuals involved reiterates the gravity of your failure to secure the southern border. Any response?
None. But let's just be clear. Joe Biden has brought the border crisis literally to the front gate of Quantico Marine Corps base.
What were they doing? They were trying to drive a box truck through the gate?
Yeah, I mean, what we know, at least reported, are 2 Jordanian illegal immigrants.
Where's the video?
Were driving a box truck through a secure gate, and luckily they were stopped.
Well, again, this begs the question. We have millions of people in the country illegally. We've had at least 2 million, by official counts, probably a lot more, gotaways. We don't know who these people are, what their intentions are. We have tens of thousands of Chinese nationals have come into the country. A lot of defense experts believe they're, sleeper agents for the CCP. And we're supposed to all just say, oh, yay, isn't this wonderful? Diversity. Great.
I know. Well, this is the 4th incident in just the recent past, 2 in Virginia, 2 in California, where there's been attempted breaches of our most classified and important defense installations in America. And this is what we've got from Joe Biden, a failed border policy. And as a result, not just drug crisis, not just young women being sexually assaulted or murdered, but now we're seeing assaults and breaches at our most secure military installations. It has failed. And listen, Laura, at the end of the day, what this proves once again is that the most important topic on Virginians' mind and on Americans' mind is border security. And that's why we have to elect Donald Trump this November. He will, in fact, fix this. Joe Biden could fix it with a stroke of a pen tomorrow. He's refusing to do it. He's putting Americans' lives at risk, and he's putting our national security at risk. And this can be fixed with a stroke of a pen, and he refuses to do it.
Well, apparently we learned today that the rank and file didn't learn about this for almost 2 weeks, so they weren't even informing the men and women on the base. Your reaction to Nikki Haley saying that she will vote for President Trump, your reaction to that?
Well, I think that there'll be a lot of people who are going to vote for President Trump. It's this exact issue, which is when you see a failed economy from weak leadership, when you see failed foreign policy from weak leadership, and you see a border that is, in fact, exposing not just everyday Americans, but our military bases to these kinds of breaches. Americans want strength. They don't want weakness. And we're all going to come together and elect Donald Trump, the next president of the United States.
I look forward to seeing what happens next. You're on that short list of list of the president's potential VPs. I know you're not going to answer it, but you're smiling. I'm looking at the smile. Well, you endorsed Trump a while ago.
I did. When I came out and endorsed him and said I would enthusiastically support him, I think Virginia's in play, and here's why. In 2021, Virginia's made a decision for common sense conservative leadership. We, in fact, have proven that it works. Virginians like it, and they see the economy that Donald Trump built in his previous presidency, and they see the one that we built in Virginia. They want more of it. They want leadership, and that's why I think Virginia's in play this year.
Governor Youngkin, we look forward to it. Thank you so much. Good to see you, as always.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.